mainly came in December as trade rose as the two countries moved towards a preliminary trade deal. So let's get back to Aphria, the stock trading slightly lower today. The company cutting its forecast for 2020 did report a Q2 loss. And Irwin Simon becomes officially the CEO. He joins us on the line now from Florida. Irwin, thanks very much for coming on the show. Congratulations. You've officially become CEO. Just remind us why the company's bringing down its sales forecast.
So good morning, Andrew. And actually, it's good to be drop the interim title, and nothing has changed in regards to the way you do your job as the CEO, whether it's interim or whether it's just being CEO. Andrew, listen, I come back and I say this here. You know, our cannabis, our adult cannabis rec business was up over 45%. Our sales were up 9%. We earned, adjusted EBITDA $1.9 million. And we ended the quarter with $498 million of cash. So there's a lot of great things at Aphria. And if you look at where we were this year versus last year, our sales are up, tremendously. It's not so much we're bringing down our guidance. The market today, and again, we're in a new industry that's evolving, maturing. Did we think that Ontario would only have 25 stores at this time? No, we thought Ontario would have a much larger rollout of stores. Aphria Diamond, we expected to have our license in August. We didn't get our license till the second quarter, so timing of rolling out products. Our EU GMP certification in regards to rolling products out internationally. And in the regards to our European operations, timing there in regards to the German government, rolling out some of our products there. So a lot of it is just market dynamics. It's not that the consumer is not buying. It's not that, anything's changed in the market. But I come back and say this here. If you come back and look what our EBITDA forecasts are for the back half, they're pretty exciting numbers that we're putting up there, even though we've adjusted some of our guidance.
Okay, and let me walk through that. So now you see EBITDA of 35 million to 42 million. Previously, though, you were hoping to get up to 95 million. So that's quite a reduction in profit forecast.
Well, it's quite a reduction in profit, but, last year we had an EBITDA loss, okay? So going from an EBITDA loss last year of 27 million and it's still doing 35 to 45, is some, substantial growth and achievements. But again, we don't manage what the store count was going to be in Ontario. We thought a lot more stores would be open. We could not control where Alberta, Newfoundland, and Quebec has not allowed vapes to go into those markets. So when you're doing projections back last April and May, and you count all these things, and there's lots of changes in the marketplace, that's what affects our guidance. And I come back and say this here, it's not so much what's the guidance and that we cut guidance, is what we're achieving still with some of those hurdles we still have to overcome.
Yeah, I mean, you've got pretty big market share in oils. Number one, I think, pre-rolls, and that's a very popular category. Capsules, you're number 3 for flower in Ontario and Nova Scotia. So obviously your product's getting traction. But do remind us, you had to recall some vape pens over leaks. What went wrong wrong there?
Let me be very clear. We never recalled vape pens.
Oh.
So there was no recall out there. When we rolled out our vapes in the New Brunswick market, we saw some, leaky products. And being a good, company that we are in regards to making sure our consumers get the best of products, we voluntarily took the products back. And there were some adjustments that had to happen on the seals, and that has been done, and everything is okay. So let me be clear. There was no recall. There was no withdrawal. It was voluntary to take the products back that we thought could have some defects.
Well, I mean, that does sound like a withdrawal or a recall if you have to take products back.
It's not a recall. It's not a withdrawal. This time, if you sell a shirt and it might have a button missing, you want to bring the shirt back and fix it. So it was not a recall. It was not a mandatory recall, a government recall. It's something that we did in regards to, some of the products. It was not every product that went out there that had an issue with its leakage.
Some of your numbers are really pretty impressive here. I see your recreational sales were up quarter over quarter, 46%. Volumes up almost 70%. So that's in contrast to quite a few companies that have seen quarter-on-quarter declines in sales.
Well, and that's what I mean. Yes, we pulled back and we adjusted guidance because of the market conditions. But just think about that. If Ontario had a lot more stores, we were able to sell into a lot more of these provinces. And, you saw what our share is up to 13% in the Ontario market. Just think what numbers are. Listen, I come back and I say this here. The cannabis industry and being part of it now for a year has gone through lots of challenges and tribulations in the Canadian market. I see a big opportunity within the cannabis industry. There's a lot of companies out there today that have their challenges in regards to growth, products, cash, etc. And I think there's going to be, whether a consolidation, a shakeout, within the industry. But Aphria today has some tremendous brands. It has a great balance sheet. As I said, we ended up, the quarter with almost $498 million. And we got a diversification of our products. So we definitely will be there.
Do you think there will be casualties inevitably, Irwin, among the weaker cannabis players?
Andrew, 100%. There's like 200 plus, LPs out there today, and there's many looking, for licenses. The market is not big enough in Canada to support all these LPs and the demands. It's just not big enough. I mean, Canada's a population today of 32 million people, and rec, being a big part of it. And I don't see cannabis in the U.S. becoming legal anytime soon from a rec standpoint, and I'm not even sure from a medical standpoint. So think about it. All these different greenhouses, all these LPs that got licenses, and again, a lot of them today are out of money, and it's difficult to raise money out there within the cannabis industry today if you don't have the right plan.
Irwin, thank you very much indeed. And we're just looking at a comparison there. Your stock has sure done better than the marijuana group as a whole lately. Thanks very much indeed, Irwin Simon.
Thank you very much, Andrew. Nice to talk to you.
Who's just been named permanent CEO of Aphria.